welcome to the Get At It Gaming podcast, your weekly dose of everything nerdy, geeky, and from the sound of it, my dog eating his dog food. I'm one of your hosts, Ben,
I'm Alex.
and we do a weekly podcast of everything nerdy that we like, whether it's video game, anime, you name it, whatever we like to talk about, that's what we're going to talk about in that nerdy realm. This week, we're going to talk about PlayStation Plus September games. Cyberpunk 2077 has DLC, and they're bringing someone very special back. And maybe another story, which is not, it's all rumor related, and we'll see if we talk about it or not. But before that, we like to talk about what we've been playing, our hidden treasures. Alex, I'm going to guess you either have one or two hidden treasures, or you've been playing something.
Wow. I have not bought anything recently, so I don't have anything. The ants have taken over the house, so we have ants again. But supposedly they're gone. I think spiders killed them last night because I put out bait and then all the ants were there, and then I saw just a bunch of dead ant carcasses this morning. So I'm pretty confident that the spider's gonna die too, since there's ant, there's poison in that bait. So the spider's probably gonna die from those ants. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't really I haven't really bought anything. As far as playing, I got a few trophies in Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection. I am at the Technodrome in the NES game. So I'm at the final level of the NES game. Honestly, besides the really bad water level, which is you just have to power through that one place. You just have to have everyone have full health and then just switch between the turtles as fast as you can so you don't die. The rest of the game isn't that bad, honestly. There are some cheap jumps and things like that, but I was using the rewind feature because I just didn't want to deal with it. But if I was playing it back when, I probably would be upset, but I bet I could beat that game if I tried hard enough, because it doesn't seem that hard now that I'm playing it as an adult and stuff. And when you play those types of games as an adult, you're worse than you were as a kid. So I bet as a kid we were probably we'd probably do pretty well. So yeah, I played some of those games. I played more Dot Hack GU Volume 2 on my Switch for a bit. But otherwise, I haven't really been playing much. I finished Young Justice, the newest season, and that's just done now because HBO Max is dying, so there will never be another season. Yeah, not really too much, to be honest. I haven't really done anything this week. I wasn't feeling well over the weekend, so I haven't really done much.
I took the weekend to relax and just catch up on some sleep. I introduced my kids to Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh,
the olders have already seen it, but the youngers were like, "Oh my gosh, Dad, this is the best movie ever."
It is.
They loved it. I don't know what to say about Big Top Pee-wee. I've never really watched all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Watched a little bit of that. I also have a couple trophies on there. So I have a trophy on the first Game Boy game for Turtles.
Okay.
And the arcade Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
I discovered, legitimately. So if you played that as a kid, you never had enough quarters.
Oh no, you didn't, because the health bar is cut in half for the arcade version, and everything does a ton of damage at you.
Yeah, and there's no dodge, so there really is no way of when I fought Shredder, I'm like, dude, there's no way you're doing this on a couple quarters. And at one point I just said screw it and just took all the hits because you hit the start button.
Cowabunga.
Yeah, and so I got 40 at one point.
Yeah.
To get through the game, I went through like 60 continues. So that shows you that. So I have that. I'm actually working on the NES one.
Yeah.
That seems like the hardest one.
Yeah.
There, I do have a couple of hidden treasures. One I'm working on to get returned. Super upset about. Spider-Man and the Return of the Sinister Six for NES. This thing came in the mail broken, and for people that can't see it, this totally looks different than the picture I bought on Whatnot. Alex knows I would not have bought it if it looked like this. That all on there. I don't care how badly I want it. So we won't talk about that. That one's upsetting. But I can get this. I bought this giant Avengers. It is the biggest collection. It's the Earth Mightiest Collection Edition. And I bought this from Square Enix for $15 on their website. It comes with a whole bunch of stuff. I already own the game, but it comes with some blueprints for Tony Stark's Iron Man, a steelbook, a Thor's hammer keychain, a Black Widow belt buckle, Steve Rogers statue, Hulk bobblehead, Avengers pin, and then like an Avengers like group photo. And so I bought this. I paid $15 for it. I was like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? If people in the camera can see my Steve Rogers back there, I will tell you this edition was like $150 at one point. That statue feels super cheap for $150. If I'd have spent $150, I'd have been very, very upset. My God of War is like a big, heavy,
Yeah.
But that feels really cheap. I know at some point I'm going to go back to Avengers. They've done a lot of updates.
Yeah.
I was playing it for a while, but between Saints Row and Ninja Turtles, that's really taken up most of my time there. I think I've been watching a bunch of shows as well. I've been watching Reservation Dogs on Hulu, which is great. Just really catching up on a bunch of stuff. I'm planning to watch Lord of the Rings. Alex and I was talking before. He has not watched it either. Are you planning on watching it?
No, I probably said this on the podcast before. I'm generally not a fan of high fantasy, but I really despise the Lord of the Rings, except like The Hobbit. And by The Hobbit I mean more of like the book or like the old animated movie. I'm okay with the first live action movie, but the others didn't need to exist.
It's funny. I saw them all in the theater and was fully hyped, but I've never really sat down and watched them again.
Yeah.
I've never spent that time watching them. As where Rogue One for Star Wars, I think I've seen that like 30 times.
I've only seen it once.
So good.
New shows coming out here, like this week or next week.
It's the 8th, so this week, because then
yeah,
Loki comes out and Thor comes out.
Yeah, I did see that Thor was coming out, so I guess I'll watch it. I guess speaking of things, I mean, I've watched. Have you watched any of She-Hulk?
Yeah, I've watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
I will tell you, the people that are giving it hate, I don't see it, because I think it's really well done.
There is some weird CGI every once in a while, but like overall, for a character who is always CG walking with other like human characters, I think it pulls it off pretty good for a TV show. And yeah, I think the show's fine. I've watched all 3 episodes so far. And the 3rd episode's pretty funny. I also like a lot how She-Hulk is, like, even in like comic stuff, is like She-Hulk is very much Deadpool, the original Deadpool, in the sense of just breaking the fourth wall and just like talking to the camera. And I like that kind of stuff a lot in a comedy. Like this show knows it's a comedy. And like the first two episodes had like special guests. At the beginning of the third episode, she's just like, oh, don't expect special guest characters every single episode. She's like, although we did have Hulk in the first episode, and we did have this person in the second episode, because the third episode has Wong in it. So like yeah. So I still haven't seen Shang-Chi, but like this, between episode 2 and 3, Shang-Chi happened because of Abomination in Shang-Chi. So I should probably watch it at some point. I tried watching it like a few weeks ago, but because there were subtitles in the beginning, I couldn't like casually watch it, and then it kind of just fell away from me because like like those kind of movies and things are things that I have on while I am I don't know, like doing other things.
I will tell you for Shang-Chi, after that though, it does get better, and it gets like, I really liked it. I thought it was really well done. It was nice seeing somebody that wasn't Captain America or all these other ones that you're so used to seeing all the time. But there's still references to other people,
Yeah.
Including Wong. So, and I won't ruin it because there's like, the after credit scene and stuff. You'll be like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But yeah, like definitely if you get a chance to watch it, I know with the holidays coming up, maybe you'll have a chance to watch it then. It's really not bad. I'm enjoying She-Hulk. I know people are giving it hate, but I just don't see it.
People just like to give things hate.
You said that before. What is it you always say? Well, you always have this saying that you say about people that are always hating on stuff all the time. I don't remember what it is.
No, I don't. I don't know. I don't know now. Now you said something. Now I'm over analyzing everything I ever say.
Like people are gonna hate just to hate or something like that, or
oh yeah, like it's the fun thing to hate. Like it's like the current new thing. It's like Fortnite, Minecraft. Like it's the new hit thing, so that means people want to hate it because it's funny.
Yeah, and that's definitely true with that. So, all right, let's move on to the first big news story we have today. PlayStation Plus. They have what's going on for September, which they've got their games that come out today, which we're recording on the 6th, so they came out today. And then they have the ones that are coming out on the 20th for the different packages. So for September 6th, they have Need for Speed Heat. They have Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. And they have Totem. And I was telling Alex that Totem looks wholly up my level of I love that art style, so I will definitely be playing that. And I will probably try Grand Blue Fantasy. Need for Speed Heat, I don't know. I've been very disappointed in the last couple.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is, I'm sorry, what were you gonna say?
Oh, well, first of all, I kind of missed the mark already. But yeah, Grand Blue Fantasy is an Arc System Works fighting game. So like people who do Blaze Blue, Dragon Ball Fighters, stuff like that. It's based on a mobile game. So I'm pretty sure people liked it okay. I want to say it was one of the first games that I heard about rollback netcode, like when that was a thing. But seeing Toem here, like this has been out like on Switch and stuff for a while, maybe for a couple years, honestly, because I'm pretty sure I saw it like E3s or something like years ago. But this reminds me of something. I guess I forgot. I still have Game Pass, and so I've been playing Tinykin. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, it popped up on my Game Pass because I forgot to cancel Game Pass, so it came out of my credit card already.
It kind of reminds me of this art style a little bit. But like Tinykin is basically a 3D game with 2D sprites as the characters that kind of like spin around like Paper Mario. But it's Pikmin. it's Pikmin in a house, and you just unlock things, and you just do little quests here or there, and you just play Pikmin without a time limit. It's just a collectathon. It's very fun. But anyway, yeah, this is what that reminded me of a little bit of. But yeah, I'll probably play Toem. I'll probably try Grand Blue versus Grand Blue Fantasy versus. I'm not gonna touch Need for Speed Heat.
I have not liked one since Most Wanted. I know that's like been a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I played the crap out of Pro Street when that came out. You know, basically because it was like you were racing cops. It was like real, like, you know, there was drag racing, there was drifting, and then there's just a straight up races. And I just really liked it. So
Yeah.
But then for the other two, for the premium, the extra, you have extra, you have premium. You're also going to get on the 20th Deathloop, which, from what I've understood, has been a really well. Reviews on it were really well. You know, we've talked about it on the podcast before. It looked like a really ultra fast shooter,
Mm-hmm.
and you know the abilities. I think it's. I know my son was like, "Dad, do you not remember this game?" And I'm like, "I do. I thought we got it." Alex confirmed that we didn't, so my son is right for once. But we also get Assassin's Creed Origins, Watch Dogs 2, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Spirit Farther Farewell Edition, and the Chicory, A Colorful Tale.
Yeah, I played that before. That's a really fun game. You just paint I have it on Switch. You can use the stylus, a stylus on Switch, but you're just like using paint and stuff, like paint the world and do puzzles.
That looks really cool. Monster Energy Supercross, Alpha Kid in Miracle World DX,
Ooh.
Rabbit Invasion, the interactive TV show, and then Rayman Legends, and then the last one is Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game. Now this is the complete edition, which I kind of find funny because that came out not too long ago, and now you're getting it for free if you're a PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium member.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the games, which one of the ones do you think looks good that you will probably download?
So I don't have Extra. So, but if I did, I would definitely try some Deathloop. And I would probably try some Xenoverse 2 at this point. Because they are keeping that game alive. I saw that there was a trailer like a week ago where they have the superheroes from the new movie, from the superhero movie. Like it's very much beta work in progress, but they have the models in there. They're using like the audio and stuff from the movie, you can tell. But I think that's really cool how like they're just here's endless DLC for this game. Like, yes, it's DLC, but hey, you're getting all these characters, and I think that's really cool.
When did this game come out? Do you remember?
We looked this up last time.
It's been out for a while.
I want to say it's been out since like 2018.
You know, I gotta look it up again to make sure.
I'm looking up. Because it came out
October 8th, 2016.
Wow.
And they're still getting DLC. Which, by the way, my son bought that extra DLC. I mean, my kids still play this game. Like, every week. My 14-year-old actually just finished Kakarot the other day.
Yeah.
He will go back. He's going to go back and do all the missions and stuff. But every now and then he will boot up Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple. I definitely want to try that. Chicory, that looks good.
Yeah.
I think I own Alex Kidd. Those games are ungodly like hard.
I have Alex Kidd on my I have a couple of them on my Master System.
Those are, yeah, so these games here, with a flick of a button, you can actually go to make them look like the Master System games.
Yeah, I've seen that. There's that one dragon game or something. That's another Master System game where like yeah, you switch it between the old and the new. I think that's really cool.
I will definitely try Deathloop. Alex, we can play Deathloop together if you decide to buy it, or you upgrade. I know you're always giving me junk about upgrading to the Switch Online Premium, but
Yeah.
those are all PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 games, which is really cool. Um, Now, for if you have the premium, you're going to get all of those games plus these games here. You're going to get Siphon Filter 2, which is one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games. That one in that series was fantastic. The Sly Collection, which is going to be Sly Cooper 1, 2, and 3. Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. Bentley's Hackback. Toy Story 3 for the PSP. And Kingdoms of Paradise PSP. That's a pretty good list of everything that's coming out on the 20th for this system. Now, I do have the platinum or the premium until February. I paid the little extra cost to upgrade.
Maybe I will at this point, just because like it's not going to be that much to just upgrade until.
Well, and during November and December.
Oh yeah, there'll probably be big stuff there.
Yeah, and they always do like if they don't do it here, they always do those PlayStation Plus cards.
Yeah.
Where you could like for $60, you can. It's normally $60 for the for whatever for the year. You get it for like $40.
Yeah.
Or I guarantee that PlayStation Plus is going to do a big push. Remember last year they did like a huge sale online.
Mm-hmm.
Get it. So that's a lot of games.
Yeah, the thing that still is kind of annoying to me is that the Sly Cooper stuff. Hang on.
Are you talking about how you can only stream it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, PS3 still like yeah, you can only just stream those. And I think that like because of that, I feel like these games were already on like PlayStation Now at some point.
Oh yes, they were.
So like taking them away and putting them back on this and pretending like it's brand new, it's kind of shady. But also yeah, because you can only stream those and streaming still isn't great. At least for them. I will argue that streaming Banjo-Kazooie on my phone for Xbox Game Pass is amazing. But like something like this, yeah, like I don't think it'll do well, especially with just their technology. Yeah, so that's kind of disheartening. But like, yeah, seeing all these other games and stuff here, like it's kind of cool to see, especially the extra stuff. Like there seems to be a lot more extra stuff that I care about than the premium, which is kind of strange because like I feel like if anything, I would have cared more about the premium stuff, and there weren't really many good things that were announced in premium at launch. Yeah. And they're still kind of drip feeding it, similar to how Nintendo does, but with even weirder choices of games.
Yeah, it does feel like Nintendo's where, I get Super Nintendo and Nintendo games, and like you never know when you're gonna get one, and it's sometimes it's like the most random of games ever made. It's like bam, here you go, it's here, you can play it, and that's on both, and that's even for those consoles. Now for Sega Genesis, I feel like they've been on par with huge hits, and N64 had so many hits that everything's gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
I do wish we were getting more, PSP, PlayStation 2, and then PlayStation 1 games, which I feel like we're not getting those. And I feel like the ones we have now were on PlayStation Now.
Yeah.
Like I did a trial for PlayStation Now, and I got this package, and I'm like, every single one of those games on there was on PlayStation Now.
Yeah, at the very beginning, at least, yeah.
I mean, they are getting some big hits, but from the look of it, to just do the extra seems like better would be better for like for you. If you got the extra, you could get all these extra games every month. That seems almost better than buying the premium like I did.
But then I can't play Ape Escape.
Yeah, and they have Ape Escape 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I just think we'll have to wait and see what they do. I think if you are on the fence, just wait to November, December. I guarantee they're gonna have a big sale to get people to push on this. Even the Xbox did that for their Game Pass. They had a really big sale to kind of push those numbers. Nintendo was the only one with no sale on their membership. So that is for there. Our next story, which kind of threw me as a shock, Cyberpunk 2077 has some expansion coming. This is a story on IGN written by Ryan Disdale. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty is the first expansion, won't be the last. Won't be on last gen consoles, so this will only be next gen. And this was on like a live stream they had. It kind of shows like a little bit of a trailer here. It's a teaser trailer. They talked about it, and they said also that Keanu Reeves will be returning to reprise his role as Johnny Silverhands. So yeah, I'm looking at some of the pictures from this. Now I will tell you that the pictures look great. Now, what I want to know is what do they have these off of? Are these running off of high-end PC? Is this a PlayStation 5? Is this a Xbox Series X? Because I think that was one of the problems before, is everything they were showing was on high-end
Yeah.
stuff.
Who knows at this point? I really don't. But at least they're ignoring the old gens for the most part. So we shouldn't really see a super dip. Like, at least these games should be working, you would think. Like, they talk about here, like how there's the DLC and then there's also like some DLC stuff for last gen still. There's going to be stuff related to the anime, which is coming out here very soon. So, because you like get his like the main characters like jacket and some gun and stuff like that. So like it's cool that they are giving last gen people stuff. But at the same time, does the game actually work for last gen still, like at all?
I have not touched this game since I was severely disappointed.
Do you still own it?
No, I got rid of it.
Okay.
It was, to me, it was hard because that was the one game. If you listen to previous podcasts, that's that one game I talked about all the time.
Yep.
I knew I was getting it for Christmas, and I'm like, once I get it, I'm going to boot it up, and that's going to be my holiday. And it wasn't, because it was not working at all. And it's a huge file. I mean, it was bigger than Red Dead Redemption almost.
Yeah.
And so, but do you think that even with this DLC that's free, and there's going to be more DLC that's free, do you think that's enough to get people to either go back and play this game, or is that ship already sailed?
Does this DLC cost money or is it free?
This one's free.
Then it might get people. People who bought these games when they were very cheap. They might hop in on it. Because like for a while these games were like $5. So it's possible someone still has it as a paperweight or holding up their table somehow. The short leg. But yeah, like it's possible people still have this. So yeah, they'll probably be able to play it and enjoy it. I know people who played on PC really did enjoy the game because they weren't let down for the most part, because as long as your PC was good enough, it'd play the game fine, because like that's where all the testing went.
Yeah, and I know people were like, "Well, Saints Row's got a lot of glitches." Nowhere near to the glitches here.
No.
Like, I've got a video on my PS5 of their arms just flailing all over the place during a cutscene. That's one thing, but like not being able to get into a car and floating away, or whatever. Like, my biggest problem is I had one point where I was in a gunfight and I couldn't reload. It would not let me reload. And so, you just can't have that. The game was severely broken. They did fix it, supposedly, but it took forever to fix it, and it's still not 100%.
Yeah.
From what I've understood. And I know there's been other games that have had issues at launch. All of those games have been fixed fairly quickly. Like, that was, a couple of games have been fixed that were so bad at launch and had issues and things weren't in the game that it was like, we're gonna fix them. And now it's like it won a couple of awards last year for being Game of the Year, or like top large scale game. So, I mean, I don't know. Am I gonna purchase it? No. I think at some point this will be free on either PlayStation Plus or Xbox. At some point, they'll put it on there. But I think they're almost scared to do it because they don't trust it it's 100% fixed.
Yep. I agree.
So, well, we'll see when that actually launches today. It is launching today, September 6th. So, also there's a patch for, there's a major patch.
All right.
As well, patch 1.6. So it's a twofer on that.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of extra time, and Alex, do you want to kind of talk about this rumor?
Yeah, I guess we can. There's no real like actual evidence about any of this stuff, so I don't really want to bring up any articles because, as far as I can tell, there isn't any evidence. We're still needing a Nintendo Direct before PAX just ended, so we're still needing a Nintendo Direct before the next thing, TGS. So people are expecting that we will see a Nintendo Direct here soon. And of course, the internet loves to go crazy and go wild and just predict stupid stuff that like would be cool, but where's your proof? It's like source is trust me, bro. Like it's like that meme. Like I don't know where any of these people are getting these. Unlike the stuff like when we saw like the Assassin's Creed stuff last week. I think that was last week. Jason Schreier confirmed it, a lot of that stuff, and Jason Schreier is a reputable source, and
right.
So seeing two people talk about it, like that's pretty big and real. I've only just seen random like YouTube videos talk about like there are rumors about this happening. Yeah, they're rumors. They're not like they're baseless rumors, I feel. I mean, if it does happen, that'd be really cool. I guess I haven't even said what it is yet. But supposedly the rumor is that we will be seeing Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on Nintendo Switch sometime this year because Zelda has come out. A new Zelda game or a new release of a Zelda game has come out every year for like the past like 8 years, maybe longer than that. And so at least one Zelda game has come out per year. And so just because of that, people are reaching, but also they just really want this kind of stuff to be true. I think it'd be fine. I think it'd be cool. It makes sense to bring those, especially because the Wii U was dead, and so you could definitely make your money and bring those games to the Switch, and people who had it on Wii will buy it, but then also all these other people who didn't have Wii U's will buy these games and maybe experience them for the first time. Twilight Princess, I hate that game. Game's trash. Don't at me. But Wind Waker is great. I love that game a lot. I think the Wii U version did a lot of good quality of life stuff. So yeah, I think seeing that game on a Switch would be really, really cool. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just think it'd be cool. What do you think?
I think it's definitely doable. I think that people need more Zelda. Skyward Sword was not a very good, decent game, in my opinion. And my son bought it day one. He even bought the Joy Cons that came with it. No, he spent the $80 on those Joy Cons for Skyward
People
Sword.
like to make fun of that game, but it's honestly is a fun game. However, that game, I haven't played it on Switch, so I can't really say. It doesn't seem like it was made for Wii, and on Wii it played very, very well because the Wii actually could sense your movements with the Wii Motion Plus and all of that. The Switch can't. The Switch is just a dumb piece of machinery for those Joy Cons, and so because they're so small, they're more sensitive, and then they just can't do the same stuff that a Wii remote can, which is weird. But so yeah, I can see why people don't enjoy that game. I even heard like the handheld mode is just really weird because you're using the stick to like slash around weird.
Yeah, he played a lot on the TV with a pro controller. But he loves that game. And now my son is one of those that if it's Zelda, he'll buy it. And so, what I'm thinking in my mind is any Zelda game that comes out, there are those people that will buy it, no matter what it is. So I think if they do it, I think they'll make some money off of it. I think it'll sell really well. And it's something big for the holidays. I was really hoping in my mind, I was like, they're going to release another one of those. What is it? Like 2 years ago, there was Mario. Last year was Zelda. I seriously, in my mind, was like, they're going to do a Donkey Kong.
So they still might do something because that stuff happens in September, because September is the anniversary of talking about Nintendo Switch Online. So every September we get something new.
How cool would it be if they did like Donkey Kong? Because you think there was Donkey Kong on NES, and there was a bunch of them. There was Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong Jr. Math. Donkey Kong Jr. Math is an expensive game. It's super expensive. I own Donkey Kong Jr., and that keeps going up in price. When I bought it, I was like, God, I paid $25 for this. It's worth more than 25 now.
Wow.
I could see them doing Donkey Kong all day long because they already did Mario. They already did Zelda. Donkey Kong makes sense to do that.
Yeah.
But really, and I've said it before, we're going to have a really thin holiday season with games coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're going to get the Call of Duty, you're going to get Madden, you have all these big ones that come out every year. But, and God of War is coming out this year in November, but there's not a ton of stuff. I remember like 5-6 years ago where I had to pick and choose what I wanted because there was so much stuff.
Yeah.
And I know Gotham Knights is coming out, but I'm not 100% sure that I'll buy it.
We got Sonic though. Sonic on God of War Day. And that game just looks... That game's looking better and better the more you see that game. Yeah,
I agree. I think it's weird that they want to go against God of War. Now, you said it when we talked on Saturday. If I would, or Sunday, I would never... If I had to choose, I'm going to buy Sonic first.
Yeah.
Which I get. Which there are a lot of Sonic people out there. But there's also
and
a lot of
it's multi-platform as well compared to God of War. So, like, it's possible. I don't think it'll necessarily sell more, but, like, it will sell enough.
Yeah. So it's just I'm waiting for them to do one. I know Sony will do one, and Xbox will do one here pretty soon. I know it should be this month. It should all be this month. So uh, if they do, we'll definitely cover it. I think if the Nintendo does one, it's going to be like the last couple ones I've done in September
Mm-hmm.
have been like home runs, like at a bleak of not knowing what's coming out. They've always done home runs every single time.
Like, I think, didn't they introduce like Metroid Dread around this time? And then there's like, hey, that's coming out. It's a thing, and it's coming out in a couple months.
I own it. I haven't booted it up yet again, but I own it. I don't even know if my save file's still good. Yeah, they introduced the Game and Watches, and I'm not 100%, but I thought they did the OLED in one of them, right? During E3.
OLED might have been afterwards. It might have been like that July time, like when they announced the Splatoon Switch.
It could have been, yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll wait and see on that, but I wanted to bring it up because it had been going around the internet.
yeah,
I don't like to bring up stories when we don't have concrete, but it almost makes sense that it could happen.
Makes sense that we could have something this week because TGS starts either the end of this week or next week. So we have a lot of publishers and things that are probably going to show off games that they are working on, third-party stuff wise, and so Nintendo probably has to do their direct here before then, because otherwise, like, how do people know what to find at TGS?
Oh yeah, because if they don't, that always happens. My prediction right now is if we do get that, we get a new Game and Watch. It's this year.
No way.
You heard it here first.
No way. Game Watches are dead. No one bought the second one.
I feel like people did. I don't see them anymore.
I feel like there are less of them.
Yeah, I mean, I got both. I bought 2 of the Zeldas. My son bought one, and then I bought one as a Christmas gift for myself. And I've got the Mario one. I've turned them on once. I think they're really cool.
Yeah.
But I've just never taken them out of the box, really.
Yeah.
They're definitely not an attachment. Like in like 10 years from now, if they become worth a lot of money, I would probably sell them. So, well, that has been our podcast today. Don't forget that if you love the audio, it will launch on Wednesdays in the morning, which now we are on iHeartRadio, which is awesome. So if you want to just listen to us that way, you can listen to us that way.
Yeah.
YouTube's on Fridays. If you want to get the video version there. We are literally on almost, at this point, every platform for podcasts, whether it be Amazon, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio. We're on so many of them now. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't have anything else to say. Do you have anything to say, Alex?
Not really much, except get at it.
Get at it.